Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of the Non-Cooperators, where we're back playing some more Dead Frontier Outbreak, but now this time it's the sequel. So if you guys actually missed part one, it was a three-part series last week. I'll try to link it down below if I can, or on my face or something. I don't know. We'll see, because I got to do all the editing myself. And if I remember to Richard must remember, link this, do it on my face. If you missed it, just search it, I guess. It's fucking Dead Front Outbreak 1. And then we're now doing the second one. So what, I would prefer you guys watch it, but a quick rundown of it. I was just a regular guy. I did random stuff where I did here and there. I did different paths. Where the main path was basically I went to work, shit happened, went home, cut off my wife's hand because she got bit, and then we went to her dad's farm upstate or some shit like that. Now, here's the sequel that supposedly happened. I think it's a couple of months after the initial incident. Now I'm going out to get some supplies because we're all running out and people are sick. I think that's what it is. Here, I'm gonna find out right now.
June 29th, 2016.
Oh, at least that date passed.
Forever. A virulent man-made virus had been mysteriously released
it's man-made.
to the population, mutating the infected into ravenous, flesh-eating zombies.
Cool.
The outbreak had claimed untold lives, but somehow my wife and I had managed to survive. We escaped the carnage of the cities by driving deep into the countryside, hoping to find relative safety at our parents' farm.
Yep.
When we arrived, we were relieved, not only to find her parents still alive, but with the help of the locals, they had managed to fortify the farm.
I like that picture, honestly. The picture of him, like, he's got like a trench coat, a machine gun, just going, like, "Hey, look at me! I'm defending the farm!" I don't know if that's my character or if that's the father. I'm not too sure.
The granary held enough grain to feed us for months.
Cool.
And we had plenty of ammunition.
The ammunition.
Even though we could survive here almost indefinitely, all too soon we realized things weren't that simple.
Of course not.
With no one working at the local sewage treatment plant, filth had found its way into our drinking water. The disease we had all but forgotten about came back to haunt us.
The Black Plague!
Without antibiotics to treat
that.
the infection, people grew weaker and weaker, and finally died. It was clear that if someone didn't go and find some medicine soon, we'd all be wiped out within a month. Those still healthy enough to hold a gun decided to draw straws. Mine was the shortest.
Damn it! So, rundown. Our water was not filtered because people don't work anymore to filter water. So, note to self: must filter water. There's many ways you could actually filter water. I mean, you can also obviously get pure drinking water from like rivers, streams. You could do it also from the moisture in the air, the atmosphere, rainwater. You got to filter it, you have to distill it. There's many ways of doing it, but obviously they weren't thinking clearly that, like, being like, oh shit, we basically just shit in our own water, literally, and drank it and got that shit, the Black Plague, or chlorophyll. So right now, draw straws. I'm it. I gotta go out and get shit.
Having been chosen for the mission into town, I wasted no time and started preparing immediately. I realized that even decisions that seemed unimportant at the time could make the difference between life and death later on.
Well, I've had that experience before.
I headed to my father-in-law's wardrobe and started to think about what I should wear.
Okay, put on shorts and a t-shirt. Be like, "Hi guys, how you doing?" Put on a jacket and jeans. Put on an old biker's leather. Put on camouflage. Right. Okay, so let's think about this, guys. Camouflage is cool and everything. It can definitely hide you, but the zombies can sniff you out. And they can even hear you, so camouflage is not the best. I mean, if you're a fucking Navy SEAL guy and you could hide that shit, go for the camouflage then. But in all honesty, actually, if you can, put the old biker leathers on and the camouflage. But the old the leather, it's nice and tough, because I actually have a biker jacket. I actually have a lot of jackets, honestly, but I have a really good, nice, tough biker jacket. It's literally the Terminator's jacket from Terminator 2. Try biting down on that thing. You cannot pierce through. It's awesome. So yeah, during a zombie apocalypse, old biker leather.
I chose the biker leathers, including a sturdy pair of boots and gloves.
Yeah.
I felt much safer with it on.
I feel very sexy. I feel like a go-go dancer. And after when I'm done with it, I'm gonna strip out of it. Oh, in front of my wife, obviously.
I knew that I was heading straight into a meat grinder. Zombies still wandered the streets, devouring any living thing that crossed their path. I knew that confrontation with the infected was inevitable, and so after I got dressed, I headed straight for the armory.
Okay. Shotgun, hunting rifle, automatic pistol, or submachine gun. I'm trying to remember what I did take before, and I think it was the shotgun.
I took the shotgun, realizing it was easy to use and powerful at both close and medium range.
Yeah, okay, that's why. So, shotgun's fairly simple. I can't remember, what was it, from Immersion, one of the episodes, when they had to fight off zombies, but it was basically, they were watermelon heads, and they had to use real weapons. And I think it was Jeff's wife, I forgot her name. Oh my god, I really can't remember her name. She was saying, okay, so what gun do you want? You want the pistol or the shotgun? Then she was like saying, doesn't the shotgun hurt? The shotgun is a perfect choice, and you're gonna find it if it does. I think she shot 3 times until she finally hit the zombie, and it's like, it's got a really big kickback. Yeah, shotguns are powerful.
Having armed myself, I grabbed a rucksack to carry some additional supplies.
Cool.
It was imperative that I traveled light, so I could complete my mission as quickly as possible.
A rucksack, but it's just a duffel bag.
My fellow survivors were counting on me getting back with antibiotics as soon as possible.
Yeah.
The risk of being unable to outrun the infected was one I wasn't willing to take.
So, what should I take? Some extra ammunition, a rope, a first aid kit, or a crowbar? Well, if this was the Boondock Saints, he would definitely go for the rope, but honestly, go for the crowbar. It's good as a tool and a melee weapon.
Both a useful tool and a deadly weapon.
Aha!
The crowbar seemed like the obvious choice.
I'm gonna Gordon Freeman the shit out of you people.
Actually, like I said, I wanted to do a movie of this, a 2-part movie, or a whole fucking movie of like a Walking Dead type of aspect with this storyline. And yeah, I was gonna have that scenario playing out, but I wasn't gonna get a crowbar. I was gonna get like this weird fucking crowbar tool where it was like a double-edged hammer spearing thing. I don't even remember what it was, but it was in that. I think it was in the movie Fast and Furious 5. Yeah, that tool was. I'm not kidding. That tool was actually in that movie. I don't know why I thought that.
I was almost ready to leave the safety of the compound. For the first time since arriving, I felt truly afraid. I knew that I may never return from this mission, but if I didn't go, what little remained of my family would be wiped out.
Yep.
I knew my wife was sick, and unless I got her the medicine soon, after all we'd been through, I couldn't let it end like this.
Alright, so what do we do? Say goodbye to your wife? Just go. It's hard enough. Get some liquid courage and have a farewell drink. No. Just say goodbye to your wife. Honestly, you have to be sober. I know people will be like, just have a quick swig or something. No, just you gotta be sober. You gotta be sharp. If you can function awesome when you're drunk, go for it then. But me personally, no.
I went back inside the house, climbed the stairs to our bedroom, and slowly pushed open the door. My wife lay asleep in bed. She was pale and her body dripped with sweat.
Jeez.
She had had a fever for some time, and I knew that without medicine she wouldn't last much longer. I leant over and kissed her gently on the forehead.
And then I realized.
Goodbye, my love, and then silently left the room.
And then I realized I just got myself infected.
Downstairs, I swore to myself that I would find the antibiotics she needed or die trying.
Alright, here we go.
Took a deep
Now we're into
breath
town.
and stepped out of the compound into the wasteland beyond. I heard the gate swinging closed, followed by the unmistakable
Ba-doom!
sound of it being securely locked,
Oh, you ain't coming back in here, motherfucker!
and didn't look back. As I began my journey, I realized that I had quite a way to go, and I considered finding alternative transportation.
I don't remember what to do, honestly. I don't know if I should hotwire a car or just walk into town, but I run out of energy. Find a bicycle, my energy would be okay, and I'll begin.
I
Here.
had to walk quite a while before I eventually spotted an old and slightly rusty bicycle sticking out of a hedgerow.
Yeah, just go for the bicycle.
It wasn't in very good shape, but it was about rideable.
Huh.
Still a hell of a lot quicker than walking. Unfortunately, just before I reached the outskirts of town, the chain snapped.
Damn.
I would have to continue on foot.
Alright, that's not
At least
bad.
cost myself a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, exactly. See? I made a good choice. It wasn't the best choice, but it's a good choice. I've had a bicycle for a long time until the chain snapped into when they had to get into town. So now that we're in town, we're on foot. Which, that was the whole premise of the actual aspect, that we have to be on foot in town.
After a couple of hours, I eventually came to the outskirts of town. The place had been pretty run down even before the outbreak, and I had struggled to imagine it being any worse than I remembered. I was wrong. Once the streets had been the home of petty gangs and prostitutes, but now
Cool.
they were littered with decaying, half-eaten corpses.
Awesome.
The air was thick with flies, and maggots crawled and squirmed among the bodies.
Oh, well, spring cleaning is, you know, around the corner.
I regained my composure, and then pressed on, trying not to notice what I was standing on. As I turned the
Squish,
corner,
squish, squish,
I
squish,
saw
squish.
another man standing some distance down the road. I had no idea if it was a survivor like myself, or one of the infected.
Never take that fucking chance. I am no. I'm not gonna deal with you. I'm just gonna sneak past
I
you.
couldn't be sure if the man was still human or not, and I didn't want to waste ammo unnecessarily.
Exactly. Conserve
There were
ammunition.
plenty of cars and other debris between us, so I decided to carefully sneak past him instead. He didn't seem to notice me.
So if someone, either my sneaking skills were that awesome, or that was an infected that just didn't notice me, because obviously an infected would probably notice you.
Having dealt with the situation, I continued on down the street towards a small chemist.
Chemist.
To my relief and surprise, the building didn't show any outward signs of having been looted. The door was closed and the glass window was still intact. I glanced around to make sure there were no infected nearby, and then tried the door. It was locked.
Damn. I'm gonna shoot the lock. No, I'm gonna kick the door down. No, I'm gonna smash the window. No, I'll break the lock with the crowbar. Yeah, if you didn't have the crowbar, it would just only be these three choices. Now, if you shut the lock, you make a lot of noise. Kick the door down, I think you break your leg. Smash the window, make a lot of noise. Breaking the lock with a crowbar, apparently that's not a big enough noise.
I took out the crowbar and wedged it between the door and the frame.
Let me see what
With a
happens.
little bit of effort, I was able to lever the door open,
Yeah.
allowing only a brief cracking noise to
Okay.
give away my position.
Okay, brief cracking noise. So, not too much noise has actually happened.
As I entered the
Let's
building
see.
and looked around, I realized that the antibiotics I so desperately needed would be kept in the back of the shop. So I
Indeed.
carefully made my way towards the counter. Just in front of it, I noticed a body wearing what appeared to be a white lab coat. It was probably the chemist. From the blood stain and bullet hole in his back, I surmised that he had been shot to death.
Ignore it, it's just a corpse. Search the body, shoot it just to be on the safe side. No. I'm gonna smash it in the skull. I'm not gonna waste any fucking ammunition. I'm gonna smash it in the skull to be safe.
I hadn't survived the outbreak this long by taking unnecessary chances.
Exactly.
I swung the crowbar at his head over and over again,
Huh.
until all that was left was a bloody red mush on the carpet. Not even the infected could survive that.
Yeah. No, you know this episode's running a little bit long, so I do apologize. So, next time on the Non-Cooperators, we're going to continue with some with this game. It's not really a game; it's more of like an interactive drama type of thing. I don't even know what the hell you would call it, but you know, we're going to continue with a story, and it's a story that I would actually like to make a movie out of. It's probably never going to happen, but you know, whatever. We'll see you next time.
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?